For TNA?
Yes.
Or that Jeff Jarrett's back in charge?
Nope. Josh Matthews has been very interesting to say.
Oh yeah, I've heard this idiot's comment of how this guy claims he is the greatest announcer in the world.
No, he's the greatest play-by-play commentator, and that nobody can touch him.
What the fuck? What is this guy smoking? Whatever he's smoking, I want a shot. I want like some of it too. Like pass that shit to me. Like best play-by-play announcer in the world. Like what? So, oh my god, I don't know if my brain can handle so much stupidity in this world.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon. Well, I don't know which one's play-by-play.
Well, Gorilla Monsoon was play-by-play.
Okay, but not Bobby the Brain.
Bobby the Brain was mostly color. He just added to Gorilla.
All right, Gorilla Monsoon.
JR. Hell, even Michael Cole. I mean, okay, maybe you're a little bit better than Michael Cole, but who else? Who else can you name?
Huh?
Who else can you name? JR, Gorilla Monsoon, Gordon Soley. Like, there's so many.
What about Jesse the Body?
Well, he was he wasn't play by. He was color. He was color commentator as well.
Joey Styles.
Yeah, Joey Styles. Like, hell, he's even better than Josh Matthews. Like, I don't is this guy like really that arrogant? And like, I'm sure he's like pretty arrogant about it.
No, just
so you're the greatest play-by-play announcer, yet TNA is probably on the verge of bankruptcy.
Yeah,
really.
And I wonder what Jim Ross has to say about this, since he has his own podcast.
Hell, there was even one time, like, it wasn't even that recent, but it was like a while ago. Josh Matthews told like Jim Ross on Twitter to just go away. Bitch, he could take your spot. He could take your spot if you wanted to. But he chooses not to because he doesn't want to be around the business. He doesn't want to be around the business in that capacity anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if he wanted to, he'd take your job and he'd do a better job than you.
Well, clearly on the first day.
Yeah, clearly. Like, if I was a boss and Josh Matthews was like my play-by-play commentator and Jim Ross was like, hey, I want to do some, I'd kick Josh Matthews out in a second. Like, bro, greatest play-by-play announcer in the world, you're not even close. You're probably not on the same level as Michael Cole.
First Kenny Omega, now Josh Matthews. What's next?
What's next is people are going to say that, shit, I don't know.
How about Charles Robinson is the greatest referee of all time?
Wait, Charles Robinson?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that ridiculous of a statement. He may be one of the greats. He's not, like, the greatest, though. Because that's the thing, Josh Matthews isn't even one of the greatest play-by-play announcers in the world.
Nope, yet. No. But I don't think he even has his own soundbite. Or phrases, per se.
Yeah, like, what kind of phrases or quotes does Josh Matthews have? He has nothing. Joey Styles says, "Oh my God!" And, Jim Ross obviously has Slobber Knocker and
Good God Almighty.
And Good God Almighty. Or like that man has a family or something like that.
Yes, or
even Michael Cole has vintage,
And oh my.
Yeah, even though they're not that great, but at least he still has quotes. Even though they're annoying and not like as memorable, like at least it's quotes. Like he does, at least he has them. Like Josh Matthews has got nothing.
Yes, and this, well, I guess I pay attention to this more, but when I'm watching SmackDown or even Raw, the commentaries aren't really commenting much on the action. They're just talking about either some type of advertisement, some other storyline, not necessarily focusing purely on what's going on in the match.
On Raw or SmackDown?
I'd say kind of both.
Well, that's the sad part. They're not really commenting on the action that much.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my, she went for that neckbreaker. Oh yeah, and by the way, WWE's brought to you by KFC, so make sure to get some good chicken.
Or they talk about their WWE Network shows.
Yes, because you'll see an exclusive interview with Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin tonight on the WWE Network for only $9.99.
They don't do the $9.99 stuff anymore. They just say WWE Network. They don't say only for $9.99. They don't hammer that down anymore because they got to the point where because they realized that people are sick of it.
And it was, although it was funny to me, but
God, it was funny to me too, but like it just got so annoying. Like I remember that one Raw where like it was like the year like in 2014 was that one Raw where they were really hammering that down, like nonstop every segment. Like they were really like it was like you get the WWE Network or you die. It was like network or die. But yeah, another rant I got is the thing for what happened on Raw, and another reason why I'm kind of not too excited for Mania is, I always thought that, Bayley was going to win the women's championship, and I thought it was going to happen at WrestleMania, but yet again, WWE, if they're going to have Charlotte lose the women's championship, of course they got to do it on a Raw, not on a pay-per-view because of her undefeated streak. And of course you know where it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to maybe Fastlane. Charlotte gets the women's championship back. And then and then like 2 weeks later or a week later on Raw, Bayley wins it back, and then only for Charlotte to win it at WrestleMania. Like people, I don't understand people. For the people that hate on Roman Reigns and say that he is shoved down your throat, and they like Charlotte is so inconsistent. Like, how can you say that Roman Reigns is bad on the mic and is shoved down your throats, and you like Charlotte and she's doing she's doing even 10 times worse than Roman Reigns?
Pretty much so. It's pretty much.
Yeah, you want to talk about Roman Reigns being shoved down your throat? Charlotte is being shoved down your throats like it's being forced 10 times worse. Like she's winning every pay-per-view and winning the women's championship every pay-per-view. And she's in 1 year she became a 4-time women's champion. In 1 year. How is that not that's more like Roman Reigns has only been a 3-time WWE World Champion. He hasn't been champion since almost summer of last year.
So should we pretty much call it this point that Charlotte's going to be a 16-time women's champion and then she'll never win the title belt again?
I mean, if that's the case, then I'm sure of it. Like, I'm sure that'll be the case.
And how long will this pay-per-view streak go for? Because this is kind of dumb at this point. Because what's the point of winning a pay-per-view so you kind of lose on Raw as well? Like, undefeated pay-per-views, yeah, but you'll easily lose a match on Raw. Which is more consistent compared to pay-per-views.
And it's like she's not even that good. Like I know people are praising her and saying, saying everything like great about her, and like her in-ring work and her mic skills is like she is horrible on the mic. Horrible. Like this is her promos every time. She's like, "Hi, Bayley. I don't like you. I am the queen of the women's division."
I am brought up by greatness.
My father is Ric Flair.
And what did you do? Grow up on a farm?
Oh my god. Like, this hammering down of Charlotte is just complete and total nonsense. It's just totally ridiculous.
How stereotypical her character is. It's kind of like acting like that rich snob that not necessarily gets what she wants. No, kind of gets what she wants in a sense, but it's like, and Debbie's getting behind her. Like,
they're only getting behind her. They're only getting behind her because of her last name. That's pretty much what it is.
And Triple H.
Yeah, and she's got the backing of Triple H as well.
Wait. If Charlotte does become 16-time women's champion in the next few years, should we argue or debate that this is worse than the Reign of Terror from 2002 to 2004?
It could come close to that. It could really it's really coming close to that, to being worse than that the Reign of Terror from 2000. It probably is at this point. It's getting there, like really close. Because at least Triple H wasn't like a 4-time World Heavyweight Champion in 1 year.
Yes,
and at least he was actually great during his Reign of Terror run. At least he had some like personality and actually had like a heel character that we actually like want to see get their ass kicked. Charlotte is just like, get off my TV heat.
Pretty much so.
Like, it just baffles me that people are like getting behind, like, are so like for Charlotte. Like, I don't understand how they can love the taste of of Charlotte being forced down their throats.
I'm curious myself as well.
Like, holy jeez. And here I was thinking that like they were gonna wait for Bayley to like break Charlotte's streak at WrestleMania, win the women's championship. Oh, stupid me. This is WWE we're talking about. Of course, they're gonna keep going with it, having Bayley win the women's championship on a throwaway Raw, only to have Charlotte win it at Fastlane, then have Bayley win it back at a Raw, only to have Charlotte win the championship back at WrestleMania.
And plus, the biggest difference between Charlotte's Reign of Terror and Triple H's is Triple H retained his title much longer for brief periods of time compared to a few weeks.
Oh yeah, and he put the championship over people that mattered. That's the other difference.
Oh, what do you mean? Bayley mattered, and so did Sasha. But
apparently not to WWE, because if Bayley mattered, she wouldn't have won her first women's championship on a Raw. At least Triple H never lost a championship on a Monday Night Raw, on a throwaway Raw.
Pretty much.
And he dropped the title when it at the places when it mattered, like Benoit at WrestleMania 20, when that mattered, and Batista at WrestleMania 21, and that's when that mattered. He didn't lose to Batista. He didn't lose the world title to Batista on a throwaway Raw.
And in some people's imagination, SummerSlam 2003.
Yeah, well, if only that were true. It's just I really got like nothing more to say. It's just bad.
Neither do I. It's dumb. It's ridiculous at this point.
it's like another reason why I'm like not looking forward to Mania because obviously it's gonna end up with Charlotte winning the championship for like a sixth time, I believe.
I can only wonder how Shane versus AJ is going to turn out.
Well, if that match is going to happen. I mean, at this point, all the rumored matches are like actually coming true. So, I guess so. May be true, but hopefully they build it up right and actually like do something interesting with like how they set up that story.
Yes, even though it all started because of an obscure moment. Okay, not necessarily obscure, but like, oh, I complain because I got to spend the time in Elimination Chamber. Yeah, that's kind of how things go.
Wait, what? When did it start?
From what I believe, it started when WWE. I mean, not when WWE. When the SmackDown after the Royal Rumble or the SmackDown at some point of SmackDown, I believe before the Royal Rumble, where Shane McMahon mentioned that that the WWE Championship has to be defended inside the Elimination Chamber, and then AJ Styles came out and started complaining.
Ugh, that's a weird way to start it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess we'll just see like where they go from there in that story. I mean, they didn't. I'm sure like the next night on SmackDown they'll start it or like they'll come back to it and like actually start it.
Sounds somewhat exceptional. Somewhat.
I mean, I'll be fine with Styles and AJ and Shane. It depends too on like what they'll do, like how the story's gonna play out, and like what actually they're gonna do for Mania. And hell, like this may be a way for Styles to like get a win at WrestleMania because if you do like a hardcore style match and then Styles wins, he defeats a guy like Shane. Hey, it's one way to legitimize him and kind of like put him back in the championship talk. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, let's see how things turn out. And the next coming weeks, going into Fastlane, then soon WrestleMania, where it all culminates.
Yeah, that's why I'm also not liking the the fact that Goldberg and Brock is going to be for the Universal title. Not because they're part timers and stuff. It's also because because we know where it's going. Brock is going to be winning the championship from Goldberg at Mania, and then he's going to be gone for weeks or months, and then what? And then what are they going to do for their Raw pay-per-views?
Unless they pay Brock enough money to be at each pay-per-view and defend that title, then all right.
Well, if he defends the title though, who does he defend it against? At this point, he's got to do it against Roman Reigns because that's like the only one who's at this point more liable to or believable. Even if he beats Taker at Mania, then he's definitely then it's definitely got to be Roman Reigns.
Reigns is not going to win. He's not going to do it.
Well, for the rumors that I'm hearing, they're probably gonna have Reigns go over Taker.
Then what was the point of breaking the streak in the first place?
I know he really could have gotten big if he ended the streak, but well, I mean, there was no point to it anyway if they were gonna bring back Taker after WrestleMania 30 and have him beat Wyatt and have him beat Shane. Hell, there was even no point after the end of an era.
No point. None whatsoever. Wait,
But anyways,
wait, words on wait. What would you say? What would you say to somebody if the day the streak was broken, someone came up to you the next day and said, "Oh yeah, I'm calling it that. In a few years, Goldberg's the person that's going to defeat Brock Lesnar after he broke the streak is going to be Goldberg in a minute, in less than 2 minutes."
I definitely would have believed it.
You definitely would not have believed it.
No. Well, because at that time, Goldberg was not like that cool with the company. He was not like he wasn't planning on going back. There was no word of him going back. So like it wasn't like that believable for me.
Oh, I thought you said it was. You would. I thought you said you would believe that.
But I mean, I would have been happy if I was hearing that, but at the same time I wouldn't have believed it cuz Goldberg wasn't like him and the company weren't like all that good at that time.
And to hear it and to say, and for someone to say, "Hey, it's going to beat him in less than 2 minutes," like, yeah, now I really don't believe you now.
Yeah. Then I wouldn't have believed it. I'd be like, oh, less than 2 minutes. No, I doubt that. I really doubt that.
And then it happened.
But hey, it turned out great, didn't it?
Yeah, although
At the
I
same
laughed.
at the same point in time though, like getting back to WrestleMania, like if that is the case that the WWE World Title match is going to be Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton and Harper, like obviously that is not main eventing this year's Mania.
None whatsoever.
So if that's not main eventing, then what is?
Brock versus Goldberg for the Universal title.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen that match before, so like, why? How could that be a main event?
I don't know, but it's something.
I don't know, man. I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping I'm just hoping it like convinces me
Blows
enough that
off.
I hope it convinces me enough to get excited for Mania because at this point, I'm just not that excited.